Hello my dear students, welcome to the class of social science. In last class we discussed about the Battle of Plassey, its causes, course and the results or outcomes of the Battle of Plassey, and also what are the developments took place in Bengal region after the Battle of Plassey. Just we glance at points. After the Battle of Plassey, British made Mir Jafar as a Nawab of Bengal, and because of his inefficiency, British decided to dethrone Mir Jafar from the position of Nawab, and they brought his nephew Mir Qasim to that position. Now, during the time of Battle of Buxar, how British did the changes in the Nawabship, what are the reasons for that, and how it caused the Battle of Buxar and its course and also results of the Battle of Buxar we will discuss in today's class. Battle of Buxar took place in the year of 1764. Buxar is also a place name in West Bengal. In that historical place, war took place in between the combined army of Nawab of Bengal and the British troop. So this war is known as Battle of Buxar. Now, take information about causes for the Battle of Buxar. During the time of Battle of Buxar, British made Mir Qasim as a Nawab of Bengal, and in the beginning Mir Qasim was an efficient administrator. He showed himself as an efficient administrator, and in the beginning he remained very loyal to the British. He remained very loyal to the British and he fulfilled all the demands of the British and East India Company officials. He paid 2 lakh pounds to the company and gave few places to it. Mir Qasim became the Nawab of Bengal. Because of that happy moment, he gave 2 lakh pounds to British and also few places to East India Company. And shortly afterwards, he declared himself as an independent ruler. He declared himself as an independent king or ruler. And after verifying the misuse of dastaks, Mir Qasim, after verifying the misuse of dastaks, he declared all the business in Bengal as duty free. He declared all business of Bengal is duty free, and because of that reason Indians could compete against the British in the business. Indians could compete against the British in the business in all spheres because of the announcement of business in Bengal as a duty free. These are all the major reasons for the beginning of Battle of Buxar. One reason is Mir Qasim tried to show himself as an independent king. Second, he cancelled the misuse of dastaks and he declared business in Bengal as a duty free. Because of these all reasons, British faced considerable loss, or the British business in Bengal region suffered considerably. This was enough for the British to do political changes in Bengal region. What the political changes they did? They decided to change the Nawab of Bengal. They dethroned the Nawab of Bengal, namely Mir Qasim, and in that place once again they called back the old dethroned Nawab, namely Mir Jafar. This angered Mir Qasim, and also he knows that the cunningness of British. So, because of this reason, Mir Qasim enraged against British, and he decided to fight against British in an organized manner. He decided to fight against British in an organized manner. So for that reason, he decided to take the support of all the businessmen and merchants and artisans of the Bengal region. Listen students, during the time of Battle of Plassey, Robert Clive attracted all the businessmen and artisans and the rich people of Bengal region. Now during the time of Battle of Buxar, Mir Qasim attracted those people to his side, and along with that he did a combined army by joining his hands with the Nawab of Awadh, namely Shuja-ud-Dawla, and the Mughal ruler Shah Alam II. Three people joined together to fight against British. One is Mir Qasim, another one is Shah Alam II, and King of Awadh or Nawab of Awadh, namely Shuja-ud-Dawla. Now the combined army is created. Mir Qasim, Shah Alam II, and Shuja-ud-Dawla, combined army, and another side they faced the strong army of the British, which is led by the officer, namely Hector Munro. During the time of Battle of Buxar, Hector Munro led the British army, and at a historical place called Buxar, two armies, combined army of Mir Qasim and the British army, met each other and fought historical battle, and that battle is called as Battle of Buxar. And here British army, which was led by Hector Munro, he was victorious. I mean, in the Battle of Buxar, British got success and the combined army of Mir Qasim was defeated. And Mir Qasim was defeated and he ran away from the war field. And after that battle, Shah Alam II, one of the allies of Mir Qasim, he was surrendered to the British. Mir Qasim ran away from the battlefield and Shah Alam II surrendered to the British, and Nawab of Awadh, Shuja-ud-Dawla, paid a compensation to British. Okay. This is about the course of the war, Battle of Buxar. Now take information about the outcomes or results of the Battle of Buxar. Important from the point of examination, students. Listen these points carefully. Outcomes or results. First result of Battle of Buxar is Shah Alam II accorded Diwani rights over Bengal to British. Shah Alam II accorded Diwani rights over Bengal to British. This is the first outcome or result of Battle of Buxar. Second result, Shah Alam II gave away all the rights over Bengal. Shah Alam II gave away all rights over Bengal to the British for an annual pay of rupees 26 lakhs. For an annual pay of 26 lakhs. This is the second result. The Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II gave away all the rights over Bengal to British for an annual pay of rupees 26 lakhs. Next, the third result is the Nawab of Awadh, one of the allies of Mir Qasim. The Nawab of Awadh had to pay a fine, as I told earlier. That is also one result of Battle of Buxar. The Nawab of Awadh, who is the Nawab of Awadh here, students? Shuja ud Dawla. He had to pay a fine of rupees 50 lakhs. Rupees 50 lakhs for waging war against British. Shuja ud Dawla, the Nawab of Awadh, had to pay rupees 50 lakhs to British as a fine to waging war against British. Next, the fourth result is with the death of Mir Jafar. With the death of Mir Jafar, company paid pension to his son. Company paid pension to his son and took over the entire administration of Bengal. The complete administration of Bengal now took over by British by paying a pension to son of Mir Jafar, because after the Battle of Buxar, Mir Jafar was died and his son got pension by the British, and British took entire administration of Bengal into their hands. Students, these are the 4 points comes under the results or outcomes of the Battle of Buxar. From the point of examination, this is very important for 2 marks. Next, we will discuss about the last concept of this chapter, that is developments of Bengal after Battle of Buxar. After the Battle of Buxar, the British became the real holders of power over Bihar, Bengal and Odisha provinces. After the Battle of Buxar, British became the real holders of powers of Bihar, Bengal and Odisha provinces, and even Awadh remained under their control. Awadh also remained under their control, and in the year of 1765, the British officer, namely Robert Clive, introduced a policy in Bengal that is called as dual government. Dual government was implemented by Robert Clive. Listen students, this is very important one. In the year of 1765, after the Battle of Buxar, Robert Clive introduced dual government in Bengal. According to that dual government, British had the right to collect the tax. British got the right to collect land tax. That is the one phase of the government, dual government. Dual means two. Okay, one government which is led by British, they got right to collect the land tax, and another government that is headed by Nawab of Bengal. What is his responsibility here? The Nawab had the power over administration. Nawab had power over administration and also issues like justice and others. Okay, Nawab had power over administration, issues like justice and others. This is the second phase of the dual government, and by this British gained political control over India to protect their business interest. They protected their political control along with protecting their business interest, and this is the information about dual government introduced by Robert Clive. And dual government is also important from the point of examination. Question will come in this way for 2 marks. Who introduced dual government? Explain. Or what is meant by dual government? Who introduced it? Question will come in this way. You have to write during that time. Robert Clive introduced dual government, and according to that, British got the right to collect land tax, and Nawab of Bengal had power over administration issues like justice and others. This is about the developments which took place after the Battle of Buxar in Bengal region. Hereby we completed the first chapter, the advent of Europeans to India. Students, for exercise questions, I will provide handwritten question and answer along with the video. You have to write that question and answer in your class work. And along with these videos, I will send important points that you have to write in your separate points book which is provided by the institution. Thank you.